Shelby, you have 5 minutes for presentation. I'll give you bunny ears at 2
Okay.
and 1. And then we'll have 10 minutes of Q&A.
Okay.
So
that
whenever
sounds
you're ready.
good. Okay. Well, I apologize if my one-page summary is a little brief. I had to leave town for a family emergency in Colorado, so I returned yesterday and tried to bust out what you'd like. Well, I'm Shelby Miller. I work as the Graduate Student Specialist for the College of Humanities under Dr. Attardo. When I started this position 3 years ago, one of the things they asked me to do was rekindle our professional development days out of our college. We used to offer them about 6-7 years ago, and we'd get hundreds of people out to Commerce to attend. And then that department head became now Dean Attardo, and they stopped happening. So back in fall 2015, we rekindled that movement, and we launched our first professional development day. We hosted it in Dallas, and it was targeted at mostly ISD teachers, because as a recruiter, that's what I was interested in talking about graduate programs. We've had the event 4 times since then. We do one every fall and one every spring, and we've always hosted the event in Dallas. What's happened over the last couple of years, the last 2 years in hosting this event, is that there's been more interest from current students to attend. There's been limitations with that though, one being that we have the event in Dallas, and many of our current students don't have transportation to go to Dallas for an event like that. Or they have one random class from 10 to 11 that day, so they'd love to come, but they can't get back out here in time. So in a response to that, we are going to be moving the event to Commerce so that we can cater to current students and that they can attend. As well as our current audience that are not students, they've pulled back. They're more than interested in driving to Commerce. So that's a first. When do you hear that? So that's how good our event is. So that's been a limitation, and we've also grown out of the Dallas facilities. We've been at a point the last 2 events that we've had where we've had to cap and turn people away because the facilities there aren't large. The largest room holds 50, and Spanish usually gets about 70 people registered. So Dallas is one issue for current students. The other is attending the event and funding it. What we ask attendees to do is pay a $20 registration fee that covers, in Dallas, that fee was $20 because it covered a catered lunch. They don't have a service like Sodexo on site. It covered the cost of supplies, so everyone had a tote bag. Everyone gets a USB with all the materials for their sessions preloaded on it. Everyone gets a name tag. Everyone gets 20 pre-printed business cards with the information they submitted through registration. So current students can network with other professionals they'll be meeting there. So what we're asking, in short, is basically total $3,000. $1,500 would go towards our fall professional development day, and $1,500 would go towards our spring professional development day. $1,500 allows 100 students to attend for free. Because we are moving the event to Commerce, we can actually lower the registration cost to $15 a person. Students will eat through Sodexo in the cafeteria, or all of our attendees will eat in the cafeteria. We'll have catered coffee bars around campus that day, and so that's what 12 of the dollars will be going towards, and $3 will go to the supplies I spoke of. But about so that's the breakdown of what we're asking for. About our event, I've provided you, the first page is basically the image of our event, our logo, kind of what we've been going with the last 4 years, as well as a list of the departments that host sessions that day. The next several pages are the whole log of every session we've offered the last 4 years. And every time we offer the event, we offer different sessions. And this is a chance for faculty to move out of their teaching role and into talking about the research that they've actually worked on their whole lives. Dr. Lucy Pickering's an internationally known person in phonation, but she doesn't teach a class on phonation here. This is her chance to talk to professionals about what's going on with phonation in the ESL world. That's an example of TESOL, but any of these faculty members, they know something that the public wants to know. So these sessions talk about what they've been teaching. The last page gives student quotes or attendee quotes, as well as the dates we've had. And then the last 2 pages, everybody who attends the event will get a certificate of attendance. Many of our students are ISD teachers, so they bring that back to their school district. And then the last page, every student will get a badge of attendance, and I'm trying to rush through everything for you. So, but you'll have questions, so let's talk about those. Yes, who should
some of these, like the teachers that come, do you have some kind of certification from the state?
Yes.
That gives them the credits?
Yes, we are. We've gone through, I'm blanking on the name, but we are CPE certified, Continuing Professional Education certified, and our certification number is on there. So all of the College of Humanities is, and each year we just have to submit what our sessions have been and attendance has been. Yes, so, yes.
there is a fee associated with that, the CBE having.
We have not paid a fee, no, they haven't, no, it's, we just have to maintain, and that's probably because we're a state university, I'm assuming, because we have not had to pay anything for that certification, we just have to supply the proof of what we're doing, so, yeah.
How would you select the 100 students who would be attending?
It would be first come, first served. So the way registration works right now, within registration, as it has in the past, so 4 times we've done it, they identify whether or not they're a current student. They provide their CWID number. So being able to distinguish current student from anybody else would be very easy for us. And it would just truly need to be first come, first served with that. And the for the free funding, some other things that are definitely a possibility are we know many students have meal plans. So $8 of that cost can now just go to another student's lunch who doesn't have a meal plan. So that's stuff we're going to track, and we've kind of started building into our new registration format.
Given the, I guess, state of the, fiscal, what have you, for the goal this year, would it be safe to assume that if there was something to be cut out of this, that would fall under the $3 supplies?
Yeah, the USB, well, let's be honest, $3 does not cover everything because we forgive USBs, which cost us $4. So we're just looking to offset the cost. What would happen is we would probably increase the cost for those who are not students. A lot of those who work in Dallas at those ISDs, the ISDs will pay their fee for that, but we're trying to maintain a reputation of quality professional development locally and at affordable costs. So, but the reality is we know there's many professional development days that will charge $60 a person. So, we could go that route, but right now we're just maintaining our stakeholder, and we're getting ISDs to basically release all their teachers in those subjects to us for those days. So it's been positive with the costs we've had. The first 2 times we hosted this event, we did not charge. The problem is we had so many people come, we really took a lot from that. And then the next 2 times we charged $20 and our attendance still grew and no one had problems with that. The problem is just really for the current students so that they don't have to come up with the $10. We had faculty members pay for the lunches from some of our students this last time. They're sweet and I know they're willing to do that, but we're just trying to help so more people can attend to that.
So quick question, why is this only a CHESA specific event? Why is it not open to other departments? That way they can also explore it with their students.
That invitation's out there, so it's never been a closed door. So right now I am the sole organizer of all, and I have support systems, right? So that invitation is there. With being in Dallas, it was not an option because the facilities are so small. I mean, even when we were filling them up with just 5 sessions with 170 people. So we are moving into commerce, and Dr. Tarr and I spoke because he wants to open it up to the other deans as well. He wants to see how it goes in commerce first. Now, we have people from College of Ed and other programs attend our sessions. It's not limited to just our majors by any means. This last event, everyone who attended that was representing, we had students from Hispanic Outreach and different groups come to do an exhibitor session. They all went to sessions and loved it. I mean, they weren't history majors, but they loved it. So it's not limited. That is our goal, is to make it college-wide. There are some issues with that with the ISDs in the big picture. They can't release every teacher they have for a day. So we would talk about staggering, like arts on one day, education on one day, type of a thing. That is something Dr. Tardo wants the deans to be involved with, but it's a lot of organization, and we need to be able to go to them and say, we've got this. I mean, we've done it 4 times really well, but they would also need some of that support staff in there who would like to take over some of that. So, but yes, that would be the vision. So,
do you feel that if you're not funding the money that this will hurt our students, like in the classroom, or hurt our students, period, the student body as a whole?
I think it limits something that's very tangible that they should be putting on their resume and experience. It will, let's see, there are certain subgroups that are having more of an issue with having the funds to attend an event like this than possibly other students, especially because some of the programs that we have, there are certain subgroups that are more attracted to those disciplines, if that makes sense. So,
Could you give me an example?
sure, Spanish. I think that's been a lot of our students that have had issues of funding it. And that's purely observational. I'm not giving any data on anything, but that's been an area where there's been a lot of interest in the faculty have been paying for their students to be able to go out of their own pockets. But we also have other students who just don't have vehicles and can't come. The reality is, though, this is a very practical thing that whether this event or something else on campus needs to be hosted like it, so they have something for their resumes. We're doing badges, we'll have a lunch workshop where current students, between transition, teachers, they'll go to the cafeteria, but current students can get their food, and we'll have a resume building workshop midday. They'll get a special badge just for that. They'll have a Spanish badge if they go to Spanish sessions, but then they will also get the generic big picture badge for it as well. So, yeah.
Has there been any talk with possibly career development to help with funding any of this?
No, I wouldn't have thought of that as a relatable department, but this is truly the first time we've asked for funding in general, so where would you see the connection with that?
You talked about resume building. Resume.
Yeah, and that's something that we've never done that before, but if it's on campus, we're thinking, what else can we throw in that makes this a holistic experience? So we have not gone that route yet, so no, that's a good idea. The main focus is truly the sessions though, and the lectures given within, and then the opportunity to network with the other professionals. We have people from universities in Dallas attend, their professors do, just to network with our students, so hurts my recruiting attempts, but if they can get connected with another graduate school, that's awesome too.
So, I do have a question. When it comes to, like, hypothetically, if we were to give you, let's say, enough to cover the lunch, would you charge students to attend?
Let me put it this way, I have definitely, okay, so when Dr. Tara, the last event, he asked, how many people do we have coming? And I said, 120, well, we had 140 because I was just felt bad for so many students. I was like, please just come. I think what we'll end up doing is trying to increase the cost elsewhere. And then, you know, the reality is if you can't do USBs, you can't do USBs. You know, that's cool and we have a lot of them, but when we run out, we don't have USBs. There's just ways to do that. I mean, you know, we'll have coffee stations throughout, but maybe it's just coffee, it's not tea, you know, we'll make do. The reality is that we want those students to attend. They need to go, they need to attend. So, I mean, I honestly think the problem is that we'll have over 100 students, and then at that point, the Dr. Carter will just eat the cost for it. So, it is a large recruiting event. I'm not worried about not pulling teachers because we're moving it here. But I don't want, here's the thing, I think we're gonna have over 100 students, and I think we'd appreciate the help to cover the first 100, and Dr. Tara's gonna cover the rest, so, yeah.
If the dean's willing to eat the cost on the rest of the students, why not just eat the cost on all the students instead of coming to SSF?
Yeah, so that's, you wanna talk with them about that?
I'd be happy to.
It just gets so expensive. I mean, what's happening now is because it's been so large, we have faculty having to give presentations twice, and that's hard on them. I mean, so what he's done with the the additional funds that come from, what our plan is for the additional funds that come from the teachers or the other groups that come, is the departments will actually get paid some for their involvement, because they have no reason, there's no incentive for them to be involved. They've been involved for 2 years now, but he'll incentivize them through the other, yes, not through this to clarify, but through the other, anything that's sexist. I mean, the good thing is the event's been successful, so it's not like I can sit here and say, we're gonna cancel it if you don't fund us, but it will limit, the thing is we can't eat the cost for the students the whole time, the entire time. I mean, one of the reasons we're moving it back to commerce is so that they can attend, and we're gonna try that, but if it's, then all of a sudden we lose all of our Dallas interest and the students still can attend, then that might be something we have to move back, but luckily I am low enough in the totem pole, I don't make those decisions, but.
We have time for one more question.
Yes, okay.
So I have a question. So we brought up like collaboration with career development because of resumes, but have you looked into sponsorships through any of the Texas teachers unions? Have you looked into perhaps advertising their products, students, or organization that may help you assist with?
I know what you're asking, yes. We have, and the problem with the Dallas facilities, there's not room for that type of thing, like an exhibit hall. We did a mock one just to try it, and we've got nothing on paper like that.
Right.
Tex Teasel, regional or statewide teaching English organization. There's the foreign language organization. Dr. Kowalski's connected with the history organization, and they want to bring in publishers and everything. Dallas has not been big enough to do anything like that. That is something we're looking at doing. We haven't done that yet, but one of the dates we're looking to for this event is actually October 13th. It's the Friday right before homecoming, so that alumni can come, so we can just build this huge, make this the huge thing it was 8 years ago. This is the first time, I mean, I've done this 4 times now, but now that I've traveled for conferences everywhere, I know where this can go. So it's just a matter of getting it there. Yeah.
Like starting
Yes.
costs and all that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we're out of time.
Okay. Cool.
All
All
right, thank
right.
you.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Now I'm gonna